What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on Baba stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we caught this movement to the downside from this swing high. And today's video will be extremely useful for people who likes technical analysis. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what news might be very important for this company for upcoming weeks and months. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you the exact setup for the upcoming trade. And guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account, where for the $35 a month you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, for the first 100 subscribers I will do a giveaway. I will do a technical analysis based on your request on any asset that you might find. On top of that, guys, there is not so many people inside this community so far. That is why almost 100% of my time will be dedicated to you. And I think it is quite fair deal. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video at this point and I told you that we basically caught to the tick this bounce out of this range of support, and I marked this range back in the days because this asset was in consolidation phase for quite a long period of time. On top of that, I told you at this very point that if we want to have more confirmation for its upcoming uptrend, we have to see this retracement, and then with the tight stop loss slightly below this bottom, we might anticipate the next leg to the upside. So, and as you can see, it is happening, and in just several minutes in my technical analysis, I will do a detailed breakdown of these movements, and I will prove you that this asset is extremely technical, and just stay tuned. So, let's continue with the fundamental news. First of all, I want to pay your attention to this forecast. We are on tipranks.com, and as you can see, we have 18 ratings from analysts who made their analysis on Alibaba, and consensus analyst price target is $108.66, which implies about 46% of upside potential. The most interesting part right here is that among 18 companies who made these ratings, 15 of them suggest to buy, 3 to hold, and 0 to sell. And all of the price targets are higher than our current price range. And this leads to quite a positive conclusion that most likely we might see the next major leg to the upside in the upcoming 18 months. On top of that, if you take a look right here on the list of institutional investors, you can see that we don't have a lot of actions, a lot of filings recently, but for example, Investco Nasdaq Internet ETF and Investco Gold and Dragon China ETF increased their position by 11.39% and 2.73%, and their total amount invested in Alibaba became $18.5 and $11.3 million respectively. So I don't think that this might be the major catalyst for this company and the major sentiment for the so-called smart money investors. But if you take a look right here, if you sort all of these investors by number of shares from the biggest one to smallest, you can see that among top 10 investors in Alibaba, 9 of them increased their position and only one of them reduced its position. It is a JP Morgan Chase, but the JP Morgan Chase still holds about $823.8 million in Alibaba. And in general, I have to admit that these filing dates was made on February of this year, and this means the deal execution date was made somewhere in Q4 of last year. But in general, it means that the major shareholders are increasing their position in Alibaba. And for now, let me show you some articles in regards to the Alibaba's price action. Right here, you can see that we are on Investor Place, and this article was published just 2 days ago, and it's titled, "Is Alibaba stock worth buying at a 30% discount? The Chinese e-commerce site hit a wall in its growth as competition gets fierce." And this article on the first glance is not so bullish because, let me go to these bullet points. Alibaba is seeing growth slow even as it expands internationally to make up for an uneven China economy. Operating and net income fell sharply last quarter and a planned logistics IPO was pulled. And third bullet point is following. Competition is rapidly stealing a market share, though Baba stock's rivals have some issues of their own. And if you take a look on the conclusion of this article, you can see that, let me quote it for you. There is no question Alibaba stock looks attractive at 13 times trailing earnings, 8 times next year estimates, with Wall Street forecasting long-term 10% compounded annual growth for earnings. And definitely, the conclusion is quite bullish, but it is cautiously bullish. And let me quote you this. For those reasons, I would cautiously suggest buying on the small stake in Baba stock. You can always increase your purchase on any weakness. Buying now prevents the stock from running away from you if it should reverse course. And guys, let me show you even more interesting update in regards to Alibaba. China's internet giants snap up their own shares to boost flagging stock market value. And this article was published on April the 3rd. Let me quote to this. Alibaba Group announced today that it had bought back $12.5 billion of shares from the US and Hong Kong markets, representing 5.1% of its outstanding shares in the fiscal year ended March 31st. That would mark the biggest share repurchase by a Chinese tech company in the past year. In the first quarter alone, Alibaba spent $4.8 billion in buybacks, its second biggest quarterly repurchase in history. A share buyback usually triggers an increase in price because there will be fewer shares available on the market. And guys, definitely it is a very good sign when the company buys back its own shares, especially if they have enough money to operate, if they have plenty of cash on hands. Especially if you take a look on their major price action. If I switch to weekly time frame and let me delete all unnecessary tools, you can see that the price of this company is quite low. It is pretty much on the lowest level except the several months in 2015 and 2016. And this means the cheaper this price goes, the more benefits this company will have during their buyback process. On top of that, guys, let me remind you that just in January of this year, co-founders of Alibaba bought more than $200 million worth of shares. And as you can see, Jack Ma and Joe Tsai did it simultaneously. And this is another very good fundamental sign that most likely in the medium and long-term perspective, this asset will be extremely lucrative. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what should we expect next from the technical standpoint? First of all, I want to pay your attention to the micro level of this asset. We are on hourly time frame, and let me show you that from this point, from this range of support that we got to the tick, potentially we have this is our first wave, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And you know that after 5 waves movement to the upside, and we clearly see impulsive wave in it, we have to have 3 wave structure to the downside. And let me show you that we have it. This is our A wave, this is our B wave, and this is our C wave. And you might wonder, why haven't I counted these waves inside this wave, inside the retracement? And let me show you in details. You know that A wave should have a 3 or 5 wave structure in it, and we have 5 waves in it, 3, 4, and 5. B wave should have strictly 3 waves in it, 1, 2, 3. And C wave should have 5 waves in it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And guys, I think we completed this structure. Let me show you that if I pull the FIBA retracement 2 from the bottom of the first wave to the top of the fifth wave, you can see that we hit exactly the golden pocket range. On top of that, we had the first reaction of the A wave out of 0.5 level, and it is also very good level of reaction. And from this level, we have more than 75% probability that this asset will break its previous swing highs as long as this pivot holds. That is why, guys, it implies quite decent setup. But let me show you another evidence that this is a legit ABC correction. The most probable ratio in between A and C waves is 1:1. And if I pull the Fib extension tool from the top of the A wave to the bottom of the A wave and to the top of the B wave, what do we have right here? 1:1 extension hit to the tick at $71.48 more. So, guys, it is not a coincidence, it is a pure technical analysis, and that is why from this point we have more chances to hit higher targets. And that is why this point implies quite decent setup. If you want to add to your long position, definitely you can do it. And you can put your stop loss right here. And it is a very, very tight stop loss. I don't think that it's worth your attention. The most prominent one is this. It is at $70.35, slightly below this previous bottom. And it implies about less than 2% of potential losses. But the potential gains might be quite significant. First of all, we have to break all the previous swing highs, and these swing highs, this one is the major one, because except this movement, we didn't have any price actions above the range of $78, basically from the end of December of 2023, and even sooner from the, let me show you, from end of November of 2023. That is why our first price target will be definitely at 8.41%, which implies with the downside potential for roughly 2%, about 4:1 risk to reward ratio. And it is quite lucrative risk to reward ratio, and the probability of this trade is about 70 to 75%. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack.